Alright guys, we're in the off season. This is episode 67. Back at the recruiting. The only thing we really had before this was the coaching carousel and players leaving. And the transfer request we always skip because 90% of the time we're just going to accept them anyways. I mean, it's not going to hurt you at all. So we just skip past that. So we're off season recruiting / signing day. I have not done my recruiting yet. So I was going to do this with you guys so you can see kind of what my thought process is whenever I'm going through this. And I'm sitting pretty good, man. I've got 32 current targets on my board. I've only got 5 of my 25 scholarships remaining. So I've had a really good year recruiting. I'm just trying to get the last little bit on some of these guys. Hopefully. I mean, I'm going after some pretty good players all around, as well as some probably not as good. But, I mean, look at my guys. All defense, which is huge, especially after the defensive year that I had this past year. Just no defense whatsoever, but I got defensive linemen, corners, linebackers, all the way across the board. Huge defensive year for me, recruiting wise. So what we're gonna do is see who we can get out of these guys, and I found some gems for sure. I'm just trying to get something worth holding on to. I might actually go after David Brown, just because that break tackle is a 79, trucking is an 80. He's not fast, but after a couple of years, it would be really nice to have. Really nice to have. Actually, how tall is this guy? 6'1". He would be a decent running back. Same thing with Jack Williams. I mean, he's not as good, but he's quicker. He's shifty, and he can make people miss. He'd also be really good in the secondary. I mean, look at that. 81 play recognition, 86 man coverage. Yeah, and he can catch. He can be a receiver. This dude's just all around. I got 10,000 points, so what I typically do is, depending on who I'm battling out with, which is most of the time going to be the Italian or Ole Miss, because we are the only two guys that still get Coach XP. Everybody else does not, and it's kind of fair but kind of not, because we've been in it for 4 seasons, and everybody else is on an even playing field except for us. And typically we're going to get those guys anyways because we've got the most experience as a coach type situation. You know what I mean? So it's okay. I mean, it could be a whole heck of a lot better, but there's nothing we can really do about it. So I'm actually going to put, and I'm not going to do 10,000. I typically try to do like 6,000, 4,000, 2,000 just to try to get some people. I want to try to get Jack here. He looks like he'd make another addition to the secondary for sure. He's actually going to be my 4,000. I'd like to get him, but if I don't, I don't. And actually, have I scouted everybody? No scholarships. Who doesn't have a scholarship? Some of these other guys. I mean, 94 speed receiver, running back that's okay. Speed-wise, tricking-wise, elusiveness, nothing special. A center and a defensive end, so no biggie there. Not getting them. I'd rather battle it out with some of these other dudes. Porter would be another huge one to get, but he's one of those guys. I'm going after Ole Miss and both the middle linebacker, or him and David Brown. No, who was it? Jack Williams. So the guy put 4,000 on. We are both battling it out for that guy. So I'm actually going to put my 6,000. Or actually, no, it's going to be, I don't want to do another 4,000. Or maybe it's 5,000, 3,000, 2,000, 6,000, 4,000. 2,000 is 1,200 points. I don't have that many. So I'm going to do 5,000, 3,000, 2,000. That way I get kind of a barometer of 3 people that I can put some points on. But it's one of those, if you don't know, it could be hit and miss with the computer. They could put all their points on one dude, or they can space it out, kind of how I'm doing. So that's why we're doing it that way. Drop you down to 3,000. And I might look at that Seth White, outside linebacker, to help with the run games. I've been sticking to a lot of nickel. I mean, middle linebacker for sure, because he's always on the field. But nickel this past year was huge for us, and we got a 4,000 point lead. So unless Auburn drops all 10,000 points on him, or any of these other dudes, I pretty much have this guy locked up. He's pretty much mine. So hopefully he'll just commit. I don't have to waste any points on him. So we're going to throw it on this tight end. I have a decent tight end now, but he's not a receiving tight end, which is what I like. And this guy, I think, is a balance based off his stats I just saw. Oh, he's a blocking, but he's a JUCO. So it's going to be, I think he's going to be worth it. So I'm going to put my remaining 2,000 points on him and call it quits. And then we'll advance it and show the top classes and all that here in a second. I'm going to show we did have a little bit of changing in the the players. Mr. Wise Toast went from Louisville. He is now with Mississippi State. So welcome to the SEC. Welcome aboard. We're still waiting on the 12th guy. What I do is I message the top people on the list. I message the first guy, give him 2 or 3 days. Message the second guy, give him 2 or 3 days, and so forth and so on. And if you get skipped, I'm sorry. Send a message. If I can't hit you up on Xbox Live, I'll send a direct message on YouTube. And I know YouTube changed how all that works, but that's how I've been doing it since day one. So make sure you check your messages and all that. Packers Rogers went from ECU to TCU. It's a little bit of confusion there. But he's still purple, so he's still good, and that gives Kansas a little bit of competition. Some of these other guys wanted to potentially see where they would go, just not really any offers this year. It's kind of odd. So what we're going to do, we're going to advance to the next stage real quick and see the signing day, see who got the top class, and see how everybody else did recruiting wise. And we'll be right back. All right, just got done with the advance. Now it's a signing day. See what's going on there. From what it looked like, I didn't get everybody I wanted, but I got quite a bit of people regardless. Check out my recruiting board now. Did not get the middle linebacker. Oh my gosh, I lost that one by 20,000. Didn't I? I think I put like 3,000 on him. So I don't know what in the world happened there. I got jumped by everybody and their dog. So Ole Miss got a really good middle linebacker there. The other middle linebacker went to Notre Dame, and I lost by 10,000. So essentially, they put all their points on him. David Brown, the athlete, was he the other guy I went after? I don't remember. I think I went after Jack Williams. I didn't get either one of them. What the heck? Lost by just 1,000. Missouri and LSU both almost got him too, but didn't quite make it. Alabama snuck up, took Jack Williams. Gardner, like I didn't get hardly anybody at all that I was trying to get. Man, but I got the tight end. That's good. Like I said, he was a JUCO blocking. I'm not sure if he was a junior or not, but I'll take him. I'll take an 81 tight end any day. I can always use the help, especially with my blocking. And I did get the outside linebacker. I'll take him too. So very defensive year for me. Absolutely huge defensive year for me. Checking out the top classes, see how everybody else did. And number 1 in the nation, go 8-5 and get the number 1 draft class in the nation. Yes, I say draft class, probably recruiting class, but I'll take it. Got 1 5-star, 13 4-stars, 13. I mean, we're sitting pretty good. And I'm 2 guys with the same name, Rucker and Rucker. Anyway, and I got 2 B Coxes. What the heck, game? Come on now, you can come up with some better names than that. My only 2-star was a corner. I missed my recruiting by 2 recruits. I had 23 of 25. But he's a 2-star corner, and he's got to be pretty good, man. If I went after him, he's not no slouch. Where's that tight end? There was that Hayes. There was Richard, I guess, 4-star. My 2 tight ends that I got a receiver also. Ole Miss, you got 18 people, 6 5-stars. My gosh, him in Ohio State. Reckon shop on the 5-stars. Athlete type tackle, 2 defensive ends, 2 middle linebackers. Wow, he is absolutely improving his guys. Man, he got some really good recruits too. And then I can guarantee you he didn't get these 2. If he did, it would absolutely surprise me. He never goes after a 1-star. It's not good enough for his team. That was more than likely the computer. Now, he might have got him, but more than likely the computer. LSU, you got 18 people. They got a pretty good class too. Wide receiver, free safety, defensive tackle, corners. We got a pretty good recruiting class. See how everybody else is. That's 3 out of the 11. Clemson, before he left, would have had the number 11 spot, but he's no longer in the Dynasty. Missouri, a lot of offense and some secondary for sure. I mean, halfback, wide receiver, a quarterback, and you see safety and corner, and a little defensive line. So a good mixture there. UCLA got 19. A lot of athletes and pretty good mix, offense and defense. You mix it up pretty good, recruiting wise. Let's see, TCU. I don't know if I'll give this to him or not. He only got to do it right here at the end. So we'll say the computer got him all these guys. Still a good class. Still a really good class. Not gonna deny him that. And this thing is like super laggy. Florida State he got 19 people. He had a pretty good recruiting year. A wide receiver, quarterback, because he lost his stud. Thankfully, he lost his stud. So if I ever have to play him again, hopefully I don't have to worry about him. Essentially, this Jameis is the way I see it. If it wasn't, I won't be super surprised. But he was a beast, man. ECU. This is pretty much all he did. Ended up. Am I seeing that star right? Is everybody else seeing that star in his prestige? It goes 3-1. So I don't know. Maybe that's a glitch. All right. I saw that. I was like, wait a minute. That looks weird. But he had a pretty good recruiting class. Mississippi State was Louisville, now Mississippi State. He's going to computer. I'm going to say computer got him that. So we'll actually look through it real quick. But the computer did all the work for him. Yeah. Anybody else? We still got a couple more guys. Auburn, at the end of the season, they only had one dude, so they stepped up their game towards the end. Got a couple of corners and receivers and a couple of pair of linebackers. So he stepped up his game after the bowl season for sure. Anybody else? Rutgers and Louisville. They still got a lot of recruits, just mostly 3 and 2 stars, but still. Those guys can be pretty good, especially in this game. No doubt about it. Louisville only lost 1 game to Rutgers all season, or until the bowl game, but I think it's the bowl game. I know that their one loss in conference was to Rutgers, but they had a pretty good class too. Who are we missing? We're missing somebody else, I'm pretty sure. Anybody else? Maybe. Oh, Kansas. Like I said, he didn't play half the season. And he still got a pretty decent class for not playing the whole season and sticking with it. Good class overall. Anybody else? I think that's it. And that is it. So that's the classes for everybody as of right now. Like I said, I had an exceptional year recruiting. It's about stinking time. I absolutely needed it. But we are done. We are ready to advance. Next thing is position changes. I'll probably come back and just show what I did, if I still remember, with the position changes, and then after that, training results. So you could see who improved by what, and then cut players. Then after that's custom conferences, which we always skip. We don't mess with any of that because it's not our thing. And then into the preseason and ready to start the next season. So we're going to cut it. We'll be right back with position changes. Alright guys, on to the position changes. I've already did my changes. And I'm kind of excited for my team this year. I mean, as of right now, my top player is my kicker at 88, but I got a lot of guys in the 80s this year, and that's before training results, so it should only improve. Quarterback situation, Manning, he will not play at all. He probably will be 3rd string because Hayes might take it over Reed, but Reed's got that scrambler ability, so I don't know. It depends on the start of the season, but it's looking like maybe Hayes or Reed. He played for me a little bit during last year, and he was pretty good. 4 for 4 passing, had a couple of rushing yards. Hayes has never played, and then Manning has never played. So Reed will probably be the guy. The halfbacks situation, I got one dude that's a running back. I think he's actually a running back. Yeah, he was his gym. But I'm sitting pretty good on running backs too. I got senior and a couple of juniors, and then freshmen who'll be really good by the time they get a chance to play. So I'm looking okay there. Receiver wise, I'm hurting here. Hurting pretty good. I didn't really get a good receiver core at all. And then that tight end I got was a JUCO junior, but he'll start more than likely, and then that'll give me a couple of years with him. So that's nice. My offensive line though, I mean, left tackle backup's a 56. And offensive line is where I'm hurting. That's gonna have to be my recruiting point this year, because I need something. Offensive line booty. I got this guy, Jermaine Reese. He was actually from Clemson. He's transferring in, so he won't play this year. But I have a freshman and a sophomore that are right there at him, so he might get a play. I don't know. And then senior, and then freshman, and I've moved these 2 guys over here. I think they were left ends or something like, I don't know. But now I got pretty good defensive line. I mean, look, all these young guys, but look at that, 75, 78, 79. So my defensive line is looking to improve over the next couple of years. Linebacker core a little lacking there. I got Jones coming back, so that helps. But I have a middle linebacker that's a 78, and then another one to 74. So Ole Miss got the really good ones, but I got some pretty good ones also, at least from my board. Corners, I think I had, he's a corner, and he's a corner. So, I mean, nothing super special there. I thought I had an athlete transfer over, but I'm actually needing a lot of help at the safety position. So I moved a lot of these guys over to safety. So he is now a safety. I think I got him. He was an athlete. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there he is. He's an athlete. So he's a 78. He would make a running back, a quarterback, like anything. This guy would be a stud at. But I like him at safety. So that's where I'm putting him. And like I said, I've already got through all my athletes. So I'm ready to see what the training results are like. A couple of people said they wanted to look at it. So we will see. I know the Italian does for sure. Missouri did, and Auburn. So everybody in the SEC pretty much wanted to look at it, see what they got. So we're going to advance it real quick and get into the training results. Be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Let's get done with the advance. Check out the training results. See what we're sitting at now. Top player is my running back Marshall, who's a senior this year. He stepped up a little bit last year, did pretty good. Excited about that for sure. Oh, I can see everybody's training results. So let's run through this real quick. Quarterback Reed almost got there, but look at that 95 speed though. Telling you, I think he's going to be my quarterback, and then Hayes, and then Manning. Sorry, buddy, but he's not going to get a play. Marshall, Adkins, Turner, and we're doing all right. Not too bad. I'd like to be a little bit better there, but I'm looking forward to this guy, Calhoun. I'm looking forward to him whenever he gets there. But it's going to be a while. Fullbacks, got 80 Jr. I'm happy with that. Receiving core, Schroeder. You get the guy I always call Schrodner. He is there. Kemp, who made a couple of big catches for me last season. Jones, both Joneses are still here. Man, they fell off the board. Two seniors are third and fourth on the depth chart. But Kemp's only got 84 speed. That is not good. That hurts. Whereas Patrick's got 98 speed. Check my tight ends. Okay, not bad. My line, please tell me somebody improved drastically. My senior left tackle, my senior left guard, sophomore. So got a couple of sophomores there. That helps. Right guard's a junior. All right, my weakest side is all the way on the right side for sure. My ends, the freshman is almost as good as the junior. So he will definitely be back up, and the sophomore won't get a chance to play. Sorry, buddy. That's just going to be how it goes. Senior, well, he might get a play on this other side, but like I said, I recruited defense like crazy. You don't even see the other freshmen on here. That these guys I can probably cut no problem. Linebackers, Pearson's okay. Middle linebacker Jones, who's a senior this year. My star player on defense for sure. More than likely will be the star player on defense. Nelson, who I don't know if he's played a whole lot. I don't know if hardly any of these guys have played a whole lot, actually. I got a lot of young guys that haven't got a chance to play, and hopefully it's a lot better than last year. But I got some good guys going. That's super helpful. My senior, junior, all right. Safety's looking okay. Cruz probably won't play. Victor Cruz with a K. And 2 kicker and 84 punter. So not too bad. Now we'll just go through all the users real quick. UCLA, top player is a quarterback. Uh-oh. Senior defensive tackle. Left guard, left end, wide receiver. Wow, 6'8" wide receiver. Golly. A junior is at 91. That guy, Pluto, I think he won the Heisman as a freshman. That guy's going to be a stud, dude. He's already at 99 speed, 99 acceleration. And he's a junior. Yeah, that guy is going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure. He's sitting pretty good, man. It takes a long time to get down to the past the 80s. TCU, this is who ECU used to be, East Carolina. He takes over a pretty good team. Quite a bit of seniors, but quite a bit of good players that aren't seniors also. So it's a nice help there. And he's pretty much the same way, pretty good ways down before he gets to anything under 80. Rutgers, who won the national championship last year, but finished number 2. Doesn't make any sense, but he's got a lot. Looking at this, he's got a lot of seniors that are good this year that he's going to be missing next year. So that's going to hurt. Oh, man. Price, or Jones, 99 overall, left tackle, 94, halfback. Yeah, Ole Miss is sitting pretty with a lot of really good seniors. Wow. Wow. And then a lot of good underclassmen coming up. He's got a stacked team for sure. Missouri, who has got a pretty good team also. He's got a couple of 90s. And then into the 80s, a couple of younger guys. So he's sitting pretty good. Mississippi State. Got a good running back, Chris Gore. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if we played him last year or not. It was a computer, but I don't remember if we played or not. LSU, who's had my number from day one. We had a couple of close games, and then he blew me out of the water last year. Kansas got some good players his senior year, so he gets a full season with this team, and hopefully he can turn it around from how it was last year whenever he picked up the team towards the end of the season. Florida State has his Heisman Trophy winner running back. Awesome. Is a super fast receiver. Man, he is sitting good. And then backup running back is a junior's got 97 speed. So Florida State is looking to be good. And then Auburn has got a couple of seniors. Evan Bradford, that running back. Man, that guy. That guy is something else. Yeah, for sure. And Chris Kaysen. And he's got a pretty good team too. So everybody's looking pretty good so far. So we're gonna cut it. Next thing is cut players. So probably won't show that. And then after that, it's custom conferences. So won't show that either. And then we're back into the preseason. We'll wait those 3 days for the preseason. Get everybody set up there. Show the schedules. And see what's going on. So we're gonna cut it, and we'll be back with the preseason stuff. Alright, we're into the preseason. Got my recruiting board set up, recruiting tutorial. Speaking of that, the Italian has released a video, same time this one's going up, on how he recruits. And that guy's in the top 5 every year for recruiting class, man. He's really good, really legit at it. I saw a peek of it while doing the editing and all that. So I kind of have an idea. I'm definitely going to watch it and incorporate it into my recruiting strategy. Because like I said, he recruits really well and he does stuff I would never do. So give it a look. As soon as I get the chance, I'll put it in the description. But make sure you go check out his video on it. He's supposed to be doing some videos this season on the online Dynasty. So keep an eye out for that. I've already got my redshirt players and set my depth chart and all that. Almost everybody's ready. There's a couple of guys that weren't quite ready yet. But we gotta advance it, and there is a 12th guy. He just this entire week, he just said he wouldn't be able to join this week, but he is still interested. So whenever he gets a chance, hopefully before the end of week 1, we'll get him in because he was still excited. He was looking forward to it. He just couldn't do it currently, but he is ready to join. So we do have a 12th. I'm checking out the custom schedules. We have edited everybody, and everybody this year does have the maximum number of games. Didn't leave Auburn out this year, except for the new guy. I don't know what team he's going to be, so I couldn't really schedule it. Kansas and Mississippi State. I always ask everybody, send a message to everybody in the Dynasty if they want to play anybody. And they were the only two that got back to me, and they both said they wanted to play me. Mississippi State, I couldn't make that happen because we're in the same conference and we do not play each other. But Kansas is on my list. So I'll play him week 2, and then Ole Miss week 4, and then Missouri week 6. It's like every other week, man. But towards the end of the season, as long as I can beat the computer, I'll be okay. I just got to make sure I beat everybody. Everybody's got quite a bit of games. Some people we couldn't do anything about. UCLA starts off the season playing Rutgers. That's a rematch of last year's national championship, and Rutgers ran it up a little bit, but it's one of those. It was a he said type situation. Hopefully we got that squared away for this year. But they're going to get a rematch to start the season, so see how that goes. And that was actually computer picked that. I didn't do that. Computer did that. I didn't make that happen. It was a good idea though. And I also gave him Florida State because Florida State ran over pretty much everybody last year somehow, some way. I beat him. I don't know because he destroyed Virginia Tech and Virginia Tech beat me. So I don't know. So I'm giving him Florida State also, and then TCU because some of these people we just needed to get him the extra game. So he's only got 3 games. Like I said, some people couldn't do anything about it. TCU plays Missouri and Kansas in conference, and then UCLA. So he's only got 3 games, and some of these I didn't want to change some of their games because it was against like rivals or something. Rutgers, the only thing I could do was at the beginning of the season because he's got conference games to the end. But he's got UCLA start the season, then LSU and Auburn, who were on a tear last year for sure. I think LSU's beat me every year. And Auburn just dominated both myself and the Italian last year. So it's going to be interesting there. Rutgers was undefeated. Ole Miss has a pretty tough schedule too, man. I thought I had a tough one, but they got Missouri week 3, me week 4, Auburn week 7, then LSU week 8, and then finish the season against their rival Mississippi State. Mr. Wise Toast. He was Louisville, but he switched over to Mississippi State. In Missouri, they have TCU, then Ole Miss, then Kansas, just to give them a game that actually wasn't there. I didn't realize it was a special game. didn't even make that connection. But I gave them so they could play each other just to give an extra game or two. And then they have the end of their season sitting pretty good too. Mississippi State starts the season playing Florida State. It's a kickoff game, and like I said, some of these I didn't want to adjust or couldn't really adjust because of rivalries and all that. He still has Navy, but there's literally nobody else to play there unless we move something around up here. But I mean, he still has an A+ schedule even playing Navy, so it's not like it's a cakewalk for him in our conference. LSU plays Rutgers week 3, then Mississippi State, and then he actually doesn't play me this year. Wow, finally. When you beat somebody 3 years in a row, or however long, it seems like 3 years, I guess they get a break every now and then. And so we gave him TCU as a game, as well as Rutgers. And like I said, some of these guys we just needed to be able to play them. And like I said, Kansas has myself and Missouri, and then TCU towards the end. Florida State has Mississippi State, who was Louisville, and then UCLA, and that's all we could do. The only other option was this Florida game at the bottom, but that's a rivalry game. I'm not going to take a rivalry game from somebody, or like a special, like the border game a while ago. I'm not going to take that away from somebody. So I could have scheduled another user there, but that's not really fair to his coach, I guess you could say, because it's a rivalry game. It's extra stuff, and that's like an every year thing that would not and never happen unless for some reason they went the way of Texas and Texas A&M. And then Auburn, like I said, I gave him his max game. See, he's got the maximum number of games. We got Mississippi State, then gave him Rutgers, and then like I said, us in the SEC, we pretty much play each other all the time, every year. So we're sitting good there. But that's it, man. We're ready to get this season underway. Guys, in the Dynasty, if you do have a game week 1, I'll send you a message. If you're playing another user, get with them as soon as possible. You have 3 days to play it and before we advance, and hopefully everybody gets their games in, or it's going to be computer versus user or computer versus computer. I just need to know. But we are in the season 5, guys, and we still have people wanting to join at all times. We have a running list of people interested. So if you want to be added to the list, I can add you there. It is currently about 35 to 40 people long. And as of recently, we just haven't been dropping as much. I mean, people have been staying active and staying into it. So that's a good thing, but bad thing for people on the list. But we can put you on the list regardless if you're still interested. And then I'll send a message and let you know when your turn is up. Other than that, I don't send you a message. But we're ready to get the season going. Start this season. Advance to regular season. That's going to be for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time.